Yeah, you're all welcome to. Please, I need everybody's attention. So you're all welcome to the first masterclass in the month of May. The masterclass is on fashion business tagged marketing and sales solution to grow your fashion business. Sorry, thank you. So basically, before we start the masterclass, I would like us to rise up for the national anthem, please. Can we do that? Let us respect the country we are. All right. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3, go.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our father's land, with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve without and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
The flag. Comfort. With faith and loyalty, honest, and serving God with all my strength, to defend our unity, and uphold the honor and glory, so help me us. Thank you.
Able to see our pretty faces and handsome faces. Can we do something? Just put your hands together for yourself, okay? You're looking radiant. All right, we all know why we're here this morning. Why are we all here? Why are we here? I ask you to come. Okay, we're here for the masterclass on fashion business, okay? And we can see in our midst that we have our highly esteemed faculty in the person of Mrs. Ake Olale. So, okay, thank you very much for being here. So I'm going to be reading a biography, and she'll be coming up shortly. Adiola Olabi Olale is a fashion entrepreneur, a chartered accountant, and a certified risk professional. She has more than 12 years of experience in the financial services industry, where at various points in time, she was actively involved in roles as designing and reviewing of business processes, budget review analysis, performance reporting, and business continuity management, as well as financial reporting. After she returned from her MBA program in Canada, Adiola decided to pursue her passion in the fashion business. She's passionate about creating a balance between the creative and the business aspects of the fashion business, a gap she observed since she ventured into the fashion industry over 8 years ago. She also provides accounting and coaching services to fashion brands. She constantly looks for ways to improve the fashion industry as a whole. She is evident in most of her works. The Garment Costing book, that's one of the books she wrote, Hidden Opportunities in the Fashion Industry, and a host of others in the pipeline. She has consulted for various brands, helping them with business structure, personnel management, brand positioning, business plan, and bookkeeping. Adiola has also facilitated a variety of pieces of training for fashion entrepreneurs. With a loud acclaim and an applause, let's welcome Adiola Olale.
Good morning, everyone. It's a privilege to be in your midst this morning, and I'll be talking about basics of growing a fashion business. So I'm just going to do a brief introduction so that you guys can relate with where I'm coming from as far as the fashion industry is concerned. Over 13 years ago, I went into partnership with a friend, and we decided to produce uniforms for schools and other organizations. So while we were at it, we're struggling because we, apart from the fact that we didn't quite have the business knowledge to put it together, we had clients we were working with, fine, but it was actually a lot of struggle putting, trying to scale up the business. So then we felt, okay, we are still young and we still have a lot of opportunities ahead of us. Later we left the business and we handed it over to a manager who, so we felt, because then we were operating as self-employed individuals. I don't know if you guys are aware of the, if you're aware of the cash flow quadrants by Robert Kiyosaki. So we're operating, we didn't, we're working for someone, but we own a job and it was like we're working for that particular job. It was really stressful. So we decided to pursue other opportunities and then we handed it over to someone else. But there was no system or structure in place. He was also struggling with all of that. And then before we knew it, the whole thing just fizzled out. But somehow I just knew that I still have the passion to work in the industry. I really wanted to stamp my footprint in this industry. So even when I traveled, I looked for opportunities to work with fashion brand stores just to see how things work over there, and then also to see to learn some global practices on how to run a fashion business. So when I got back, I joined several online communities, and I attended seminars, workshops, and where people that I feel were established in the industry anchored. And so it was through all of that program that I realized that there was actually a gap. It wasn't like people didn't know what to do in terms of design. We have, as far as Nigeria is concerned, I want to believe that we are really talented. The creative industry is filled with people with great talent, and but the problem has nothing to do with the skills or the knowledge of actually creating designs. It has to do with actually running that business successfully. So this observation was confirmed when I wrote my first book, the Gavin Custom book, and then I sold a lot of copies, and a lot of people reached out to me. Those that bought the books, I didn't even know most of them, and then so people reached out to me. They needed help with pricing, they needed help with putting their accounting process in place, they needed help with a lot of things, and that was how I actually found myself in this niche, and I know that this is where I'll rightly fit in. So that's just my brief journey into the industry. So this morning I will be discussing, like I said, basics on how to grow your fashion business and scale up. So I'm sure we are all here not just to learn how to put designs together, but to actually run a fashion business, probably to compete with international brands, or the big brands in Nigeria at the moment. So some of the few points or few areas that I feel like you need to identify if you're trying to grow your business and scale up is one, it has to do with creating value. So if you can't say you are offering any service or product if it's not valuable to anyone. For any business to remain and to become successful, you need to be able to deliver value in a unique way, and this has to be different from what every other person is doing. You agree with me that the industry is highly competitive. It's almost as if everybody is in the fashion industry, and then so you need to figure out where you belong and how you can stand out. So which is why your value proposition has to be strong and different from what every other person is offering. Value proposition is the reason why customers turn to one company and then leave the other. So if you look at our personal lives and then our day-to-day purchase decisions, you realize that, so let's say you have two stores on your street, there's a reason why you prefer to shop at one other than the other. Maybe because they offer more quality products, or because of affordability. There's always a reason why you decide to choose a brand or a business over another. So in this masterclass, we are going to be using Gmite as our case study. And because if you look at Gmite, it has really stamped its footprint in this industry, and you can't deny the fact that it's one of the most successful brands when it comes to fashion business. So Gmite has identified the value in the fashion value chain, that there is a lack of standard fashion school where you can actually learn that you could compete with brands outside the country. So we have a lot of fashion schools. I'm sure some of us might have even attended some in the past, but we didn't really get the value that we're looking for. So Gmite has offered various value propositions, and which is why it's probably a preferred brand and a preferred option to others. So one of those values that Gmite is offering is innovation. So Gmite has been very innovative in delivering courses to students, and this is evident even when you come into the environment. When you enter the academy, you will see that it's different from where you have been to other fashion schools, and this is just different. Even just coming into the environment, it's warm. You feel like I really want to learn here. So it's one of those innovative ways that I feel the business has stood out from others. And also the creation of runways for students to display their product and everything. So it's I'm not sure I've seen this anywhere else. I'm not sure I've seen where the students are allowed to actually showcase what they've done and allow other people to offer constructive criticism on that. That is actually trying to position you rightly for what the industry is all about. Another value proposition that Gmite has offered is accessibility. So the business is easily accessible both to online and then to offline students. And also, even the place that is positioned, so it's easy for you to get here. You are not taking, it's not like it's really far and you can't access it because of distance or motorability. So you can get there, the roads are they are good roads, and you can actually fly them. So it's easily accessible to students, and also there are online classes. So if you are not able to make it down to class, you can actually take your courses online. So this applies to our different businesses. So when you decide to establish your business, or if you already have that in place, it should be at a location where it is easily accessible to your customers, and not where they can't reach, either because it's really the roads are bad, or there are even some places that you get to and you can't even find a convenient place to park your vehicles, and you have to maybe go 2 streets away. I mean, it's really stressful trying to access you. So why should I do business with you if I can't get there and find convenience and trying to access your business? So Gmite has done a good job at that, and that is why students are able to easily access the environment both online and on campus. So another value Gmite is offering is convenience. The academy has made it convenient for students to learn by making it possible to pay in installments, and then creating a state-of-the-art fashion academy for them to study in a conducive environment. So you agree with me that the environment is actually conducive. You are able to come to, there are some places that you get to and you can't even stay there for too long because it's not even convenient, it's not conducive, it's not spacious enough, and everyone is just struggling in one way or the other to actually just stay there and learn. So such environments, you see people opting out. I know people that have opted out of fashion school because of this. It's not convenient for them just learning in that environment, so they rather just leave and look for another place. Also, a way that the convenience also has to do with the fact that it has provided accommodation options for for the students as well. So all of this is not, it's just for you to have an understanding of what you need to do when you start your business, and how you need to rightly position yourself for your customers to be able to access you, to be able to feel like it's easy for me to actually shop here. And so that's why you see most people getting their stores or opening a pop-up store at a mall, because they know that the mall is convenient for most people to just drive in and pick up their items. So if you want your business to, one of the values that your business should offer, if your customer, from the customer's point of view, if you want to be customer-centric, then you need to offer convenience as one of your value proposition. So another topic will be focus. So that's another point in this topic. So a business that is not focused is actually everywhere, and then you end up nowhere, because you are here, you are there, and people don't even know where exactly to position you as far as this business is concerned. So today you started off as a, let's say, menswear brand, and then because you figured out that, oh, someone is actually doing very well in bridals, let me move on to bridals, and yeah, bridals like another 2 years, and you're moving to kids wear. So you're just like all over the place, there's no focus, and you have not particularly mastered the process of actually establishing one line. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with having brand extensions, but you need to have mastered one, and you need to have been rightly positioned for that particular niche before people can say, okay, before you can branch out to other extensions, and then that one is also going on as well. So you're not leaving one and moving on to the other, and you're confusing everyone and confusing yourself along the way. So focus is important if you want to scale your business. It actually takes time for you to properly master the line of business. So if you are in one and then you're not able to master it properly, and you're moving on to another one because you feel somebody is doing so well in that area, it's not because the person just started today and started doing well. The person has also learned his or her ropes, went through the learning curve, and then actually mastered what it takes to be successful in that business. So whatever niche you've decided to establish yourself, make sure that you have mastered it properly before you think about brand extension. We have a lot of other brands, even international brands, even brands here in Nigeria that started off as making clothes. Some have branched out to making bags or shoes, just because they felt like we have actually established our print set, we think we can move on to other extensions. So there's nothing wrong with that, but we're not just jumping from one niche to the other without fully getting grounded in one. So, and looking at Gmite as well, you will know that so it has started as a fashion academy, and it is still doing so. And because it has stayed true to that particular niche, it keeps looking for ways to be innovative, ways to deliver excellent services to the students. And that is because every day it's all about trying to be better at this particular niche. So it's not moving from, okay, today we are a fashion academy, and tomorrow we are trying to do garment production. And so they are not really concentrating anymore on what the students need to, the skills that students need. So if you look at Gmite, it's been focused over the years, and you see that through that it's been able to grow the business, scale up, and look for different ways to be better. Another aspect that you need to know if you're trying to grow your business and scale is visibility. So if you are not visible, nobody is going to buy from you, because you don't even know where you are or what you do. So visibility is very important if you're trying to run a successful business. So you can have the best designs on your shelf, even better than what other brands are doing out there. But if you are not visible to anyone, then they don't really know what you have to offer. So, and just like I said, the industry is highly competitive. So it's you need to make sure that you rightly position yourself so that people can see and remember you through all that confusion. So there are different ways to boost your visibility as a fashion brand. You could have an interactive website to start with. So people can go on your website and then see your products from time to time. If you have new collections, you can put it on the website. If you have newsletters, or you could use your website as a form of interaction for your customers to come in and then place their orders. Another, if you notice, it's, with this whole Instagram and all the social media, that one day you can just wake up and your page is gone. So you need a website that can keep and store your customers' information so that you can reach out to them at every point in time when you have information to pass out. Then showcasing your expertise on social media and blogs. You cannot rule out the fact that social media has changed the way, has changed a lot of things in business. So if you are not online, you are probably not in business at all. You need to be able to let people know what you're doing online. And this could also be done through you having customer reviews, so your customers sending reviews about what you've been doing and how happy they are about your product. You can put that online. So this helps you to build trust in your business, and people know that because. And then if you notice, most times, even if you check Gemini's social handle, you will see that a lot of people, when they see what the work that has been done, they post comments, making inquiries. So if that is not in place, most of you might probably not even find out about the business in the first place. So because they constantly showcase what they are doing here and how they are positively impacting on the lives of students and growing the fashion industry, so people have access to this information and they're able to reach out to them and make inquiries. So there are sometimes we go through comment section because we really want to know, is there any negative review? Is there anyone saying something bad about this business? So those are the things that social media will do for you, which is also why you need to stay positive in that light for your brand reputation. So another way to be visible is through CSR, corporate social responsibility, and charity work. So business has gone beyond you just putting out designs out there, and people want to. So now people really want to know what you're all about. Part of the reason why people will probably buy from you is because you are involved in one charity work or the other. So if you say, okay, 5% of my profit goes to the orphanage, or 5% of my profit goes to the widows or something, people would, those that are interested in that cause are most likely going to buy from you if they need something from you, other than just buying from someone that they are not really sure of how or where they put in their money. So if they know that, okay, this person is doing a good cause for the economy or the world at large, they are most likely going to patronize you so that they can indirectly help you while you're in business. So Gmite is so another way that Gmite has successfully utilized this is through its giving back to the society through its philanthropic and charity work. So the launch of the Gmite Foundation, which is set out to train 500 entrepreneurs, that is not a small number of. So hardly would you see anyone that will take our time. So yeah, people offer free courses, they offer, and that's just to draw people in. It's not really because they are trying to do anything charitable. It's just so that they offer you a piece of the pie, and then you come in and learn with them. So what Gmite has taken our time to offer free scholarships to students, and then also establish a humanitarian award where they recognize people in the industry. So even if you don't know about Gmite, if you come across any of these activities, then you are curious to find out who is this person, what's this company about. So that is what CSR will do for you. Even if people don't even know your brand out there, through your CSR and charity works, you are able to put yourself in the face of people, and people start making inquiries about what your business is all about. And so as a fashion brand, you can decide to say, okay, I'm going to donate 100 outfits to the orphanage home every year and do this. So when people see that, I'm sure that they'll be curious about, what she's really doing, something good for the society. And I don't think that if they need your product or they need to get something, they wouldn't purchase or buy them from you. So if through CSR and charity work, it's easier for you to be visible and place your brand in a good, in a positive light in the industry. So finally, marketing and public relations. This one is what has been done severally by. This is like the first option you probably think of if you're trying to make your business visible. You're thinking about marketing. You're thinking about PR, so that you can establish your brand and put yourself out there in the industry. So there are different marketing options now. We have online marketing, digital marketing, and you can actually roll out marketing when it comes to scaling up and growing your business. That is actually what is going to. So even if you are not, like I tell most business owners, even if you are not involved in anything, you need to be involved in marketing, because without marketing, your business is really going nowhere. So you need to invest so much. Like you say that even the big brands, like Coca-Cola till tomorrow still does marketing, and these are brands that have been there like years and years before some of us were even born, and then they are still investing so much in marketing. So you as a startup or a brand that is just in business for a few years, then you know that you need to go all out when it comes to marketing your business. Direct marketing, indirect marketing, online marketing, and even collaborating with other brands, just so that you put yourself out there. Whatever you do for the fashion business, make sure that marketing tops that list. And then public relations as well. So PR is also another way that you can be positioned in the industry and make yourself visible. And PR is usually done. So let's say you have you're launching a new collection, you could approach some blogs or a TV station and then let them showcase that on their channel. So people see you and then somehow they are beginning to register what your brand is all about. And so even if they see your products, let's say e-commerce store or somewhere, they know, I've seen this before. And then people usually want to be associated with what they know and they've heard of. So that's why you see that if you are going into a store for the first time and someone is trying to offer you something that is totally new, you're like, I'm sorry, I don't know this brand. Let me just stick to the one that I've heard of. So that is why people do marketing, just so that when they, and then even these adverts on television, somehow it's just so that when you see that product on the shelf, you remember that, oh, this was what I saw on TV. I think, let me try it, other than the brand that you heard nothing about. Most people are skeptical when it comes to buying from brands that they have nothing about. So that's why whatever you do, you need to make sure that you are involved in marketing. And even if you look at Gemite, it's really big on marketing and PR activities. So if you put Gemite on Google search engine, you'll see it will come up with a lot of articles. It will come up, and then this is a school that is already big and it has like a lot of students. It's not like it's just getting started and trying to look for students. But even at that, they still find ways to put themselves to get featured in newspapers, in articles, so that they keep people see that they are still here and that they are being consistent in what they are doing. So marketing and PR is really where you need to also concentrate on if you are looking to be visible. Another area that I would like to talk about is personality. So your personality as a business owner and also the personality of your brand. Your brand is like a person. So what do people feel when they come to patronize from you, when they come into your business? So if you have a store and they're coming in for the first time, what do they perceive? Is it like it has this funny odor, it's dirty, and you get into some stores and you just really can't buy anything there. So there are some fashion stores that their clothes are so packed together that you have to weave through several outfits just so that you get through to what you're looking for. I'm not sure. I personally, when I go to some stores, either I just leave immediately or I don't even go back there if peradventure I find what I'm looking for. So your brand has a personality, and even you are a business owner, you have a personality. So most people would do business with a personality that is warm, friendly, and approachable. So when they call over the phone, when they meet you in person, what kind of aura do they feel? What do they feel welcome? Do they feel like, okay, this person can really take care of my business needs? And so that is why there are some brands that once you get in, they offer you this, probably even offer you champagne, depending that it's a premium brand. So just looking around, you feel like, okay, this person, I think this person has the friendly, the friendly aura that I would want to do business with. Meanwhile, you enter a store, and then from the customer representative at the reception, you're already getting a very nasty attitude. Some of them are on the phone, they're not even looking at you. So all those things, there are some people that really look at this. Someone might just walk away and say these people are not ready for business. So you need to make sure that your brand is approachable, and then you need to be in the news for like good reasons. Don't be one of those brands that they are dragging all over the place on social media, either because they are not delivering or they want for one funny reason or the other. I mean, we see these things every day, and it's really bad. So if it has happened once, twice, and three times, I'm not sure that for somebody that is just looking up that business for the first time would want to go to such a business, because I don't want to go through that drama with anyone. So, but if you're always getting positive reviews and people are putting out good words about your business, about your person, then people would definitely want to do. So most times you don't want to go to a place and you feel like, even though I'm spending my money, I'm still not getting value, or I'm being treated anyhow. And this happens. So you see a lot of even maybe courses online, and the person has run different ads, and eventually you have paid for the program, and you now try to reach out, and they're like, okay, madam, hold on, we have other people we are attending to, or others have paid before you, and you start getting this kind of negative vibe, like I paid money for this service as well, but they make you feel like your money is not that important. We have a lot of people that we need to attend to. So those kind of this happens a lot. I mean, I've gone through this experience several times. So I'm always very skeptical when it comes to buying things online, because once you make payments, it's almost difficult to reach the person or even get the service that they have promised to offer. So this is why, and then you start wondering why your business is not doing well, or why people are not coming, why you're not getting returning customers. It might not even be you, it might be the people that you have put in charge. And then with there's this Nigerian factor about customer service. It's really terrible. It is so terrible. Like, you try to do business with someone, and then you're not even getting the right treatment. You don't even want to go back to such a business, because of sometimes you might even abandon that money just because of all the drama that is involved. So your personality as a business owner, and even for your business, needs to be very approachable. If you are going to put people in charge of your to be like an interface with your customers, you need to make sure that you have trained them properly to do the right thing and say the right words to them, so that they do not end up turning people away from the business. So if you, just like I said, if you carry out your research on the CEO of Gemite, the first time I met with her, even though we just spoke for like a few minutes, she was offering me like some form of advice and asking me if there are other things that we could do, and so and I didn't find, I see her online and all of that, but I didn't really notice or know that she would be that open and warm as a person. So even if I have people that are looking for fashion schools on the island, probably recommend this place. That, okay, you need to try this place out. It's really a fantastic place. The owner is very cool. I think you can get much value from what she has to offer. So that is what your personality will do for you if you're trying to grow your business. This attitude has brought cost a lot of people their business, and they don't even know it. Okay, so there was this time that I was at a store, and then someone came in. Apparently, because the person is into bespoke wear, and apparently she's been getting like bad. So when she brings her outfit for it to be made, they don't get it at the first instance, and then she comes all the way, and most times she doesn't even meet the owner of the business, and there's nobody to actually attend to her. She just meets the tailors there, and they tell her, oh, we are sorry, drop it and come back. And they don't even touch it. And that thing is there. Nobody follows up with what was returned. Nobody follows up with how, what the problem is, or even put a call through to the customer and let them know they are walking back. And then ask questions about, where are my clothes? I dropped this like 3 weeks ago. And then they start looking for the thing. It's like it was never there. So this is someone that she's a high-paying customer. She comes all the way to do this. So at that point, she just said she can't do this anymore. She's not. Unfortunately, the owner of the business wasn't even around at that point in time to intervene in such situation. So, and this is because the people that she has put in charge do not have what it takes, the right attitude to actually successfully run that business and make it easy for customers to patronize them, which is another reason why you need to put structure in place. It might not even be their fault, it might be that they just don't know what to do. So usually when you have orders that are being returned, there should be a log for it, like this order was returned at so date, this is the problem, and then whatever day you have promised the customer to come back for it, make sure that it's available, or even put a call through to them. So when you do business in this manner, people trust you more. Fine, you didn't get it right the first time, but you are doing it right. You are not making them feel like anytime we don't really have time for that. That business is already done and settled. We are not getting back to it. So even if you didn't get it right at the first time, but the approach and the way you have been able to handle that particular return will determine whether the customer is going to come back or not. So you really need to work on that as a business owner if you want to grow and scale up your business. The success of the academy is evident in its alumni community, that's GMIT, and it has stayed true to its vision. It constantly creates value, adding courses, programs to its curriculum to provide the student with necessary skills and the knowledge they require to manage a business successfully. So if you look out for this alumni, they are doing so well in the areas of ready-to-wear, bridals, menswear, and that is to show that the business actually knows its onions and it's setting its footprint right in the industry. Thank you very much. I would like to take questions.
All right. Yeah, thank you very much. So we are going into a question and answer section, right? So we have a question to ask. Can you just raise up your hand? You must have a question to ask. Maria, please. Anybody with a question? Okay, thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Linda. In terms of, in terms of this focus, does it mean I cannot do as in sewing for a person at the same time doing ready to wear?
Is that all?
That is my question.
Alright. So, no, you can do both actually. So you can do your bespoke and also go into ready to wear. But what you are going to portray, what are you portraying your brand as? Are you portraying your brand as a bespoke brand or a ready to wear brand? There are a lot of people that do a lot something others on, but this is what they are known for. So let's say your bespoke is in line with occasional wears, when people come and if you're going for events, going for awards, and I come to, what's the name of your brand? GT. Fittings. Okay, so if I want, so GT Fittings, what do you want GT Fittings to be known for in the industry? If I want to go for events or I have an award night and I want to think GT Fittings, right? But that doesn't mean that you can't do your ready to wear that on the background. But your brand needs to stand out for something, that people can easily relate to it and approach you for.
All right. Okay.
Hello everyone. Okay, you made mention of you don't dabble into the business anyhow, that you have to pick a side of the business and dwell on it before venturing into another line. Okay, the question now is, at what point do you cut to the next line? I mean, casual, formal wear, bridal. Okay, I love to do the three. Okay, I'm starting with bespoke, that's Ashwebi. And then, okay, I won't venture into ready to wear. At what point do I need to cut to the next line? How many years do I need to spend on a particular line before I venture into the next one?
Okay. Alright, so you started with bespoke, right? And you're trying to cut into ready to wear. One thing that you need to first establish is your you need a plan, some sort of direction. So before you go into that, it might be that while doing your bespoke, you identify that, okay, maybe people with plus size have issues with you are better at making dresses for plus size. You must have identified something that you're going into that ready to wear for. So ready to wear, when you're going into ready to wear, you will have what prompts people to go into ready to wear most of the time, because they've identified a gap if they are while they're doing bespoke that they feel they can fit in and they are better at. So some people might just say, okay, I just want to go into trousers. I think people have problem with getting the right person to make trousers for them, and I think I'm very good at that. Yours might be plus size, yours might be petite size, all of that. So it's when you identify that industry, that particular niche rather, and then also you have done your what's it called, markets, research. So you have decided to go into ready to wear in this niche, let's say plus size. And so what you need to look at your competitors, what are they doing? You need to look at the size guide that you're going to work with, and also how knowledgeable are you in that niche. That is also very important. And also, most importantly, maybe come up with a sort of business plan. If you're going into that niche, what am I starting with? My customers, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, your SWOT analysis. So once you've identified that niche, you'll be able to come up with a proper plan in terms of and then even do your projection, financial projection. So you're not just launching out blindly. You've done your projections. Okay, based on the people that are coming to my store for bespoke, I think I can sell 200 pieces in a month. I think that 200 pieces should be able to translate to, let's say, 6-7 million. And these are the. And I also know that if you're going into ready to wear, you're going to be spending a lot more than when it's just bespoke. You're going to be running more costs and expenses. So all of that, you need to make sure that you're ready for them. The personnel that are going to do the job, the staff, you need to increase them. It's not just going to be the bespoke anymore. So you need more people. Are you ready for that? Do you have the financial, what's it called? What is it exactly to take all of that through? So once you've been able to figure out all of that, then you know that you are ready. So you need to ask yourself those questions. And when you have answers to them, then you're ready for the next phase.
So there's no stipulated amount of years.
There is no, it might be 2 years and you feel like I have what it takes to move on to ready to work. It depends on you as a business owner.
Thank you.
All right. So more questions, please. Okay.
Please, I want to ask, is it not possible to have different streams of income as a fashion entrepreneur? I want to have different streams of income, but in the fashion business. When is it too much?
It is okay to have different streams of income. As a matter of fact, you might even have like a capacity that is going on. And let's say you have a big space, for instance, and you don't really have use for that for now. You might look at, okay, I have this space, and this space can even take, let's say, 20 more machines. Why not let me use that as a production space for now? You put, but will you be able to stretch yourself to handle all of that? So you can have different streams of income, but most importantly, who is going to be in charge? Do you have the knowledge to run all of that together? Are you going to? So all of this is not cast in stones, to be honest, just like I've said. So if you are grounded in one already and you feel like you can handle the production aspect, fine. But if you feel like I can't handle the production aspect, but I can get an expert, I can get someone I can pay to handle the production aspect, that is also fine. Or you feel okay, because maybe you have access to a particular information, you are better off, and you feel you can leverage on that to sell more to other people. It's also something that you can explore. So there's nothing wrong with having different streams of income, but what I'm trying to say is that do not be pulled in different directions, because at the end of the day, you just look back and you're still on the same spot. You have not really moved, just because you're trying to dabble into different things. So just try to establish yourself in one, and even if you feel like you want to add some more, make sure that you have the capacity to run everything together, or you have the money to hire those that will do, so that you can fully be established in one and be known for that. You need to grow your business. That is important. It's not just about being in business and you look back in 5 years. You can't really pinpoint your milestones and what you have achieved. Then it feels like you've just been wasting your time. But if you're able to establish yourself in one niche and you know that you have grown that, and so when people are looking back, I mean, there's nothing wrong in maybe years to come. There's a case study or there's a fashion school like this. There's a case study and then they mention your business brand because you have done so well and they want to use it as a case study. That would be fantastic. That means that people already know you in the industry for that. It's not enough to just be in the industry for years, just dabbling into different things without actually being recognized or being successful at one. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's not a problem having multiple streams of income, but make sure that it doesn't hurt your business or you as a person. Some people are fast learners. Some people are like they don't pick up things so easily. And for you to be able to say you can now comfortably make a dress for a customer, then you need to practice for yourself. Yes. So look at what people are. You can even start looking, copying other designs or try to. If you can't come up with one of yours, so that maybe that might be a lot stressful and discouraging for now. So look at a design. Maybe you just learned a particular style line or neckline in class. Go back home, look for a design, try to make it. It is why you are making those dresses that you get better. You're not going to get better just imagining them or looking at it. The more you make them for yourself. And then when you start getting validations or start getting compliments from people and say, oh wow, I love what you're putting on, I love what you're wearing, then you know that, okay, I'm doing a good job. So it depends on you. You need to start making them for yourself, making them for your friends, let them see how it fits. And then from there, you build that confidence. You don't really build confidence if you are not doing anything. So the more you make, the more confidence you get, and then the more you know you are ready to start making for other people.
Why is it that in the fashion industry you can't own the design? Before you know what's happening, somebody else has copied it.
Okay, yeah, so that is a major problem. It's not even only in Nigeria alone, it's just that outside Nigeria you have stuff like intellectual property rights and everything. But then you know that you can actually trademark your designs, right? You can trademark your design. So you can approach a lawyer and try to trademark your designs. If you are coming out with something unique, you know that this thing hasn't been done, you can trademark it and put it out there. If anyone does it, you can sue the person because you are the first person that trademarked it. So you can actually, yes, it's possible. So there are ways to do these things, but you need to, do it the proper way. It's not just about, but if you put out something that, trust me, the next day, people are, and then you see that when you have all these awards, the next day people are already putting giving it to their tailors, and then we have cases of what I ordered, what I got, and everything. People will copy. But you need to make sure that you are protecting your own intellectual property. So if you want to come up with something novel, trademark it, and then you can now own that product or design and sue anybody that tries to copy.
Good morning. So my name is Obiamaka. I have a question to ask, and that's like, when it comes to business, we can't do everything ourselves, and we know that, right? how do you source, especially like sourcing people for like research and helping out and trusting, loyalty and all these things? How do you go about sourcing?
So you are talking about staff requirements or people, professional work. Okay. So let me start with the staff. I know it's like, in fact, one of the problem areas for Nigerian fashion brands is actually getting the right personnel to work for your business. So today they are there, tomorrow they cannot decide to just leave in the middle of a huge production and all of that. So, but you need to be able to put certain processes and systems in place to avoid a lot of issues when it comes to your staff. So if you are bringing in people into your organization, people come from different areas and then they have like different experiences. So if they are coming into your business, you should be able to guide them as to what works for you. Don't just bring people into your business and let them just start pouring out whatever they have learned in the past. So you need to sit them down, have a process. This is the process we have in place. We have a code of conduct. You cannot do this at this time. You cannot do that. So, and once they come in and then they sign to that, then they know that this person means business. It's not enough. In fact, there was one day fashion brand that, so the lady brought in someone. She didn't even do any due diligence at all. And after a few weeks, I think the guy went away with their systems, laptops, and everything because it's less. So it goes as far as doing background checks for people. I've been designed all of this for some fashion brands. So you need to make sure that you have their guarantors form. They have this, and they're most brands take like a week or two to train them. So you're trying to run your business properly. What happens? Even if you are starting a business in a new company, even the bank, they train you, right? They don't just say, oh, she went to school, let her come and show us what she does. No. So they are going to come in and they want you to fit in properly. So they will train you for some days, some weeks, onto what works. Let them know that this is a business and it's different from wherever you're coming from. This is how I want my business to run. And also some of them, would put a lot of them in check, especially when you have code of conduct and you have penalties and fines for what works. Then so they know it's not just when you're that. So most of them, like when I handle this for some brands, some of those guys are like, we don't do this where I'm coming from. I say, yes, this is not where you're coming from. This is another business entirely. So this is what works here. So it's new to them because people don't do these things, but you need to start doing them if you want to get the best from your staff. Then on the issue of professional services, getting outside help in the areas of research and everything, it's just, to that you could work with referrals or work with reviews or testimonials from previous clients. So look at what they've done in the past and look at this thing. You can even go as far as, can I get references to those that we've worked with? So if they are comfortable with that, call them up. Did you work with this person? How is this person? Was he able to deliver? Do your background check, basically, both professional and for your staff. Do your background check and put things in place to make sure that, and even when you get these people, the so-called professionals, make sure that there's a contract. This is what you're going to be doing for me. So not like after you have paid your money and then they're like, oh, you are done. And at the end of the day, you realize that you didn't actually get any value. So do a contract as to what you want at the end of this particular engagement or project. This and this and this is what I want you to have done for my business. So do a contract for your professional, for external professional services, and then even for your staff as well. Let them have contract, let them have code of conduct, do trainings for them, and make sure that you fit in rightly into your business.
Good morning. Thank you very much. My name is Faith. Okay, so what I want to talk about is based on her question about why do people, probably Nigerians, copy other people's style and all of that. So basically, I think Nigerians, they are not creative. They don't like being creative. They don't want to take that energy to actually create. I'm not saying all Nigerians. I'm just saying we like to copy general Nigerians. You see, Abba made this. You see this and that. So I think it takes a lot to actually be creative. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of brain work to actually come up with, novel styles, things that have never been seen before. and all of that. So I think that's what we lack here in this side of the country. But although a lot of people are coming up with fashion creatives, and that's why there's a difference between fashion designers and tailors. Tailors will just copy what a design that someone has already made. And I saw with Adomic's marriage, everybody saw it, right? And I went online and I saw different fashion schools, some tailors actually copying the styles, like this is how to sew it, this is how to do this. So before you know it, other people start sewing it. I want to sew in there those styles, I want to sew this person's style, and that's how the whole thing comes about. We saw also Kim Kardashian. I don't know if you saw that Balenciaga tape dress, that tape jumpsuit. That was a whole lot of creativity coming into play. So I feel like that's the reason why, a lot of people just want to copy other people's design because they lack creativity. So we in a fashion school like GMAT Academy were exposed to, harness our creativity within. So I think it's something that we all should embrace. Thank you very much.
Okay, I would also like to comment on that. Fashion industry thrives on trends. So unfortunately, there's a thin line between what is trending, like people trying to follow trend, and actually copying a design. So the fashion industry thrives on trend. That's why you see some people will even employ people that set trends for what are we producing for next collection. So they observe this trend, what is trending in terms of design, what are people wearing. So there was a time that was a drawstring thing that was trending, and another time was like bogus sleeves. And sometimes there's like different style line, neckline and all of that. So the fashion industry generally thrives on trend. So you cannot rule out the fact that people want to copy what is trending. If you come up with a design, or they see a celebrity putting on a design, people want to make that, and then the fashion designer, this is where people are. This is what is trending now. But you can create trendy pieces without actually copying. You can come up with your own designs without exactly copying what another fashion designer has created. So if drawstrings are trending and everybody's putting it on the side, why not put yours on the shoulder, on the sleeves? Why not put yours on the at the middle? You don't have to copy exactly what that person has put his or her own. So you can come up with that. Can actually also evoke your creative mind and say, okay, this is what is trending. How can I make the best use of this particular trend? So copying there's actually a thin line between copying other designs and creating trending designs. But just like I said, if you know that you're because at the end of the day, it keeps evolving. So before you know, in another 10 years, this design that we're all talking about now is going to come back again. Something that's gone out of fashion is going to come back. Somebody's going to bring it back. And then you can't particularly say, oh, this person has copied my design. So even when you're trying to register a trademark or something, it has to be something that has not been done. Not something that has trended. So you can't say, okay, I'm the one that I'm creating drawstring sleeves because I want to trademark it. Somebody else has done it before, so that might not work. So there's actually a thin line between that, but I've had a lot of women that we can't all be creative. There's some designs that you see and you'll be like, wow, what was going on in the mind of this person? Because it's something that it's really, really great. So that's just what I have to add to that.
All right. We actually say thank you for coming out. Can we appreciate that, please? So we've come to the end of today's masterclass. So I hope we've gained one or two things from what she told us today. And I actually want us to put this in practice. Are we promising that? All right. Thank you very much for coming.